Welcome to the channel. Today on Heavy Tea Cooking, we're excited about this new way we're filming these videos. If you like it, please tell us in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to do. We're going to do sausage and cabbage. Cabbage and sausage on the Blackstone tonight. I'm really excited about it. We're going to go ahead and get this process started with some bacon. We're going to cook us some bacon. I just thawed out some bacon, and we're just going to get it over here on the Blackstone. There's got to be an easier way to do this. There has to be. I know there is. There's a lot of different ways you can cook bacon on the Blackstone. The best way to do it is put it on while the grill is cool. That way it doesn't curl up terribly. We'll hear that sizzle start here in just a minute. I got to pump up the volume on the fire down below. But I'm not going to pump up that volume on that fire until we are already started to cook. This bacon starts up. We got a few new tools in the tool bag today. I'm going to be showing y'all. I'm excited about them. And I'm going to have links in the description below to the Amazon links that you can buy those stuff, and you'll actually be supporting the channel when you do that. I'll get a little small commission off that. By the way, I recently got my first Amazon commission. It won't tell me who bought anything, and it won't even tell me what they bought. So if it was you, comment below. Tell me it was you. Tell me that you bought something. Tell me what it is you bought. Tell me if you like it or not, if you've got it yet. Alright, so all our bacon's on the griddle. I'm going to go ahead and wipe my hands up there. I'm going to turn this bacon up from the lowest setting to about medium. It's going to start throwing that flame to it. While that's cooking, I'm going to show you how I do this head of cabbage right here. I'm going to show you how I cut up the cabbage. I've already cored the cabbage, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it right about down the middle if I can. I said I cored the cabbage, not completely. There's a little bit of core still left in there. I'm just going to wedge that out, just like that. I'm going to wedge this one out just like that because it didn't completely core. This has got a deeper core than what I've seen in the past. And the other head of cabbage that I bought with this one at the K-Raja. At the Karogar. Alright, so we got that cored out now. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple cuts, not completely down all the way, just most of the way, about 3/4 of the way into it. Now I'm going to just cut it just like that right there. And what that's going to do when we go over here to cut it into these cubes, it's going to leave us with that. So it's all going to cook evenly, hopefully at least. And it's good to have one of these big cutting boards like this. If you don't have a big cutting board, I'll try to find a link to one on Amazon on my channel, but you can get these at Sam's too. And a lot of other restaurant supply places. I'm doing the same thing with this one as I am the other one. Just trying to get them all pretty much an equal size. I'm just going to cut this in half right there and hit it a couple times. Alright, so that's there. I'm going to pile it up here because we're just going to put all this in at one time. Ooh, this stuff's going everywhere. The dogs don't eat cabbage too well, so. Alrighty. Put that in there. Now we're gonna Put some brats on and some Georgia Special. These are Georgia Special. They're just like Georgia Boy sausage. They're just cheaper. If you ain't got Georgia Boy in your area, I'm sorry. If you ain't got Georgia Special in your area, again, I'm sorry. It sucks to be you. This is some of the best smoked sausage you'll find. Andy's is a national brand. They do pretty well too. If you see me lay my knife like this right here, I'm cutting this at an angle. And what that's going to do is make that sausage a little bit more surface area on it. I'll cut it this way so you can see it. It's just adding more surface area to that sausage. I'm just letting my knife do the work, sliding it through. Make sure I'm hitting the bottom and running the bottom. When I say running the bottom, I mean cutting that natural casing on this pork sausage right there at the bottom against the cutting board. If you don't, it ends up hanging together a little bit, and that's kind of agitating. So we also have some Johnsonville brats here. Get these opened up, get these guys opened up and flopped on here. We're going to have to butterfly these so they'll cook properly. I'll show you what that is right now. Show you what that butterflying is. Just going to straighten the sausage out, come right here, and instead of hitting it at the bottom, I'm just going to open it up to where it'll lay flat, just like this. I'm going to do a few of these. I'm going to go ahead and do them all. Just like that. Doesn't take a whole lot of skill, just a little bit of discipline with that knife. Remember, you're letting the knife do the cutting and do the work. All the way down, and you just want to keep that skin there like that. That way it'll kind of bookcase open. Like that there. One more. There we go. These are going to go on the griddle as soon as I get some room. I got to make some room. You know what we're missing? You know what we need? You know what we need? We need a spatula. Alright, so this bacon looks like it's getting there. Is it ready to flip? Do you think it's ready to flip? Yeah, it's ready to flip. There we go. Beautiful. Wonderful, beautiful bacon. Everybody loves bacon. If you don't like bacon, because you ain't American. Bacon's American. Well, so I've got a little bit of a cool spot up here in the front. It is, by the way, if you can't tell, it's really cold out tonight. Got this bacon almost all flipped out. Woo! Woo! One more. Awesomeness! That is bacon. You don't really need a lot of oil, but I'm going to put a little oil down. What's my favorite oil? Peanut oil! You'll see me use different oils for different things. Southern dishes and heavy meat dishes, especially pork and beef, I like to use peanut oil because it throws a different flavor. You see me there, I just hit it over here where that peanut oil is starting to kind of run. That's just enough so it don't stick hard. I know I want it charred and I want it to get it good, get a good char on this stuff, but I don't want it to stick so bad that it won't come up. One more piece. All right, wipe the hands. Wipe the hands, wipe the hands, wipe the hands, wipe the hands. All right, so I need something to kind of help this cook along. And I've got the Blackstone extra large griddle press. You're going to see me use this in my next smash burger video. I made smash burgers with it the other night. It was awesome. It was wonderful. So now, wait. While we wait, go ahead and like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I really want to know who bought something from my Amazon links. I really want, I really want to know who bought something from my Amazon links, and I want to know what you bought. So tell me down below, and encourage your friends. Tell your friends about this. Share this to Facebook. If you got a good Facebook page, share it to your Facebook page. We'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're back. I moved the bacon kind of to the side to a cool spot because it's really done cooking. But before we get back to the bacon, we got to tell you about the beer for the cook. One of my viewers, Carlos, y'all remember him from the fried rice video, my cousin. He's also a viewer of the channel. He makes a homemade beer. And he brought me some back down from his last trip back home. I'm going to tell you how it is. It's really sweet. That is a breakfast beer right there. Or a dessert beer. That's really, really good. I like it. It's very sweet. A little nutty. And not too terribly hoppy. So that's the beer for the cook. Not the beer for the cooking, but the beer for the cook. While I got this out, this is some of the Blackstone Signature Series stuff. You can't get this on Amazon. If I can find any, I'm going to link them in the description below. But they have beer openers, bottle openers on the top of them, which is awesome. This is a little scraper that's awesome for a lot of stuff. You're going to see some cooks coming up here shortly. Right now, it's time to get this bacon off the griddle. We're going to put it up here on the chopping block because we got to cut it up. Ooh, that's a lot of bacon, isn't it? You know, let it drain a little bit. We want all that grease, that bacon grease and drippings from the bacon to go back into our cabbage. We want it in the cabbage. Where'd my knife go? I need my knife all cleaned up and stuff. Got my knife. This bacon's hot. All I'm doing is just chopping it up good. Get that bacon crunch. Just getting it chopped up. If you don't want to cook bacon, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to cook bacon. Bacon's like the most awesome thing in the world. Somebody once asked me, if an animal has a superpower, what animal and what superpower? I said pigs. They said pigs? I said, yeah, pigs. And I said pigs. They said, why pigs? Because pigs turn vegetables into bacon. And that's awesome. And after a couple technical difficulties, which we've corrected, I'm over here flipping the sausage. They got to be flipped and cooked on both sides. We got a good char going on. That's going to be delicious. Put that press back on there. And while that's finishing up, we're going to put our other sausage in. We're going to dump it right there. It's actually cooking in some of that bacon grease. We'll get them all flattened out here and get a little bit of crisp on them. Once we got that little bit of crisp on them, we're going to shoot them right back into the pan. And then we'll add them back to the cabbage here in just a moment. So we'll let that crisp up. My heat back right. I like to play with it a little bit till it's all flat, like I want it to be. Like that right there. There, we're all flat, like I want it to be. Alright. All these little guys need to be crisped up just a little bit so that when we add it to that cabbage, and after that cabbage gets good and wilty, it'll add more depth of flavor to the cabbage. And what our cabbage is our star of the show here. Because when we're cooking a big green like this, the green itself is the star. And that's what we got to focus on. We got to deliver flavor into this. Because if you eat this just plain, it's not very flavorful. My son disagrees, but it's really not. It's like eating a sweet lettuce to me. So we gotta add something to it. We gotta add flavor to it. But cabbage is extremely healthy, and even when you add bacon to it, even when you add sausage to it, cabbage is still going to be healthy. So, are we crisped up enough yet? Not quite enough yet. We're getting there. Be just a minute. Let's check on our other sausage. Wonder how we doing over here. I think we look good. We're looking good. We look good. Yeah, we're good. A little bit more on this one, but everybody else is fine as wine. Yep, we're good. Now I'm just going to stick down in the coolest spot back there and just let her sit. Kind of out of the way. I'm going to do the same thing with this. These guys are about there. So I'm just going to put them over there in the middle. On the side, rather. I'll clear out my middle here. Move some of that bacon grease around in here. Don't want any of this cabbage to stick. I'm going to add a little peanut oil to it. Just because it's not quite enough there for my satisfaction. And I'm going to throw this cabbage in here. Just going to flop it all right there on the griddle. Woo! Play a sad song. Just drop some on the ground. Some more of that right there. Get all of it in there. Now you'll see how much cabbage. I had 2 heads of cabbage here. And these 2 heads of cabbage are going to serve about 7-8 people. And all we're going to do is move them around. And as always, we got to add some salt. Now I'm just going to throw salt on top of it. Let it start cooking good, cook down, crisp up, loosen up, steam up. See all this coming off of it is mostly steam. I'm probably going to have to add some more salt to taste here in a moment. And while this is up here on the griddle, I'm going to go ahead and cut the griddle up a little more. Not all the way high, about a medium. The griddle should hit about 300, 400 degrees, so 350, 400 degrees, somewhere in there. You see how this is already steaming out? When I add more water to it, you can hear that sizzle. You can hear that sizzle get loud. So I'm going to throw a lot of water on here to help steam it out. I'm going to pile some of it up. Let that water drip down. Steam, 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 steam. That steam dome is going to help us out a lot here to speed up this cook a lot. Cabbage is just like collard greens, just like mustard greens. It takes a little while to cook. We want to get it tender. That's what we want. So we're creating an artificial oven right here. We got a good seal on it. Now we got a good seal on it. And we're pushing that down. We got a few hangers out here. That's okay. That's not a big deal. You can eat cabbage raw. You don't have to cook it all the way through. It's to taste. Once this gets good and steamed out, we'll lift the lid. All right, we're back. We'll lift this steam lid. Woo-wee! That's looking good. That's looking beautiful. That's looking fresh right there. That's looking really good. You gotta break it up every once in a while, knock this stuff around so it's kind of like onions. You julienne a bunch of onions, some of them stick together. They don't break up. You gotta do the same thing here with this cabbage. My cameraman keeps coming down and sneaking pieces of bacon. and sausage and cabbage. He's liking it. I think it's time for a taste test. See if we seasoned it right. Not bad. A little more salt won't hurt. I'm gonna spread this guy out a little bit. That's something I gotta break up there. Even with this big 36-inch griddle, with this much cabbage, and this many proteins, it's kind of tight working here. It takes up a lot of space to do this. You can still do it. You can still do it on a smaller grill. Do it on the 22-inch or 17, or I'm adding black pepper here because I like to add black pepper to just about everything. Every savory dish that I do, I add black pepper to it. Some people like to use celery salt. Experiment with it. Experiment with what you want on yours. And when you do your experimentation on it, and you cook this your way, come back to this video. Tell me what it's like. Tell me what you use. Tell me what you've done different. Alright, this is getting about there, so I'm just going to have to add that bacon to it. No bacon left behind. Get it all in there. Bacon ain't cheap, so let's use every bit of it. We're going to go ahead and incorporate this bacon into all this cabbage. Mix it up good. Again, that's going to give it a depth. That's going to give it a flavor depth that we love. We love depth of flavor. Heavy T loves some depth of flavor. Don't add you guys just yet. See, we already see it changing color. We see the texture changing. We can see the texture change. We can feel the texture change. It's all starting to get good and soft in here. Not really hard and crunchy like slaw would be. Alright, I think it's time to start incorporating sausage. Now, all I'm going to do is scoop this up and sprinkle it in over the top. We want some of that sausage dripping in there too. Yeah, buddy. This is going to be delectable. This ain't like boiling sausage and boiling cabbage, because you're getting all those awesome flavors from the griddle and the charring and the higher heat levels in here. This is an excellent, zoom into this right here. This is an excellent example of what that charring looks like and how it's going to add that crunch and that depth of flavor into a non-crunchy dish. So, I think we're about done with this little project. Whoop! Yeah. Get it off the griddle now. Get it in your pan. Get it in your server. No more mixing. No more additions. So we're talking about cabbage, sausage, bacon, salt, water. That's it. It ain't much. And this is a cheap dish too. Bacon, got about $3 worth of bacon in there. I got about $3 worth of sausage in there. I got $3 worth of cabbage in here. Go ahead and cut this eye off. You don't want it to cook in that pan by itself there. Don't want it to burn on that bottom of that pan while I'm scooping all this in there. It would probably help if I grabbed another spatula. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of dishes I have to wash later. No cabbage. Don't lose the cabbage. Every bit of this steamed cabbage goodness is going to go in our bellies. So let's get this off the grill. Go ahead and get this out. Get this off. Get this over here. Don't knock my beer off like I did the sausage earlier. There we go. That's her, and that's him. Where's my fork is? Where's my fork is? I had some forks out here. It's all right. Just gonna juke this out with the knife. Slice a piece off of it right here, just like that right there. Right. That's some good bratwurst. That's some good bratwurst. Pause. All right, that's some good bratwurst. Like I said, that's some good stuff. I went and found me a fork. I'm gonna get a little bit of cabbage on my fork here. A little bit of bacon, a little bit of sausage. Put that bacon, got right back on there. It's hot. What a good stuff. That was too big of a bite for filming, but man, this is amazing. Woo! If I ever cooked anything to make a puppy pull a freight train, that's it right there. Man, I'm gonna bring this in to the rest of the family. We're gonna eat it. It's gonna be wonderful. Please, if you like this cook, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the don't like button twice. That thumbs down, hit it twice, okay? Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we're gonna make a cook, when we post it. They're all good. I've yet to have a bad cook on here. Scroll down in that description. Find you something you like on Amazon. You're going to use Amazon anyway. Why don't you buy it from one of my links below? Help support the channel. Help me make some more awesome cooks. Comment. Tell me what you think I should cook. What should my next cook be? Let me know. Heavy Tea out.